In this session, let us discuss the properties of proteins, one of the most important biomacromolecules. Proteins have many physical, chemical, mechanical and biological properties suitable for their roles in biochemistry. Let us now look at the physical properties of proteins. Major physical properties of proteins are highlighted here. Proteins are usually colorless and tasteless, homogeneous and crystalline. They range in shape from simple crystalloid spherical structures to long fibrillar structures. Two distinct shapes have been characterized: globular proteins. They are usually spherical in shape. Examples include pepsin, elastin, insulin and ribonuclease, etc. Fibrillar proteins, these are thread-like or ellipsoidal in shape. Most of the structural studies of proteins have been done using these fibrillar proteins. Examples of such proteins include fibrinogen, myosin, etc. Proteins generally are very high molecular weights ranging between 5 kilodaltons and 1000 kilodaltons. Due to their giant sizes, proteins exhibit many colloidal properties such as the following. They have extremely low diffusion rates. They may cause considerable light scattering in solution, resulting in visible turbidity. This is known as Tyndall effect. Denaturation is a process that involves the disruption of the secondary and tertiary structures of the protein, leading to the loss of biological activity. Often, denaturation is followed by coagulation, a process in which denatured protein molecules form large aggregates which precipitate from solution. Denaturation may be achieved by a variety of agents, both physical and chemical. Physical agents include mechanical action such as shaking, heat treatment, cooling and freezing operations, high hydrostatic pressures, rubbing, UV rays and ionizing radiations such as X-rays, radioactive and ultrasonic radiations, etc. Let us have a quick glance at the mechanisms by which various agents cause denaturation. Proteins are amphoteric in nature, just like amino acids. They act as both acids and alkalis. Proteins migrate in an electric field, and the direction of migration depends upon the net charge carried by the molecule, which is influenced by the pH value. Ion binding capacity. Being amphoteric, proteins can form salts with both anions and cations. A mixture of proteins at a given pH will include both cations and anions, and salts of protein-protein combinations will be formed. The solubility of a protein is greatly influenced by pH. Solubility is lowest at the isoelectric point, that is Pi, and increases with increasing acidity or alkalinity. This is because when the protein molecules exist as either cations or anions, repulsive forces between ions are high, as all the molecules possess excess charges of the same sign, positive or negative. Thus, they will be more soluble than when they are at the isoelectric point. Optical activity. All protein solutions rotate the plane of polarized light to the left, that is, proteins are levorotatory. Now discuss the major chemical properties of proteins. Hydrolysis. Proteins are hydrolyzed by a variety of hydrolytic agents. Hydrolysis by acidic agents. Proteins, upon hydrolysis with concentrated hydrochloric acid, yield amino acids in the form of their hydrochlorides. Hydrolysis by alkaline agents. Proteins may be hydrolyzed with alkalis such as sodium hydroxide, or proteins may be hydrolyzed by hydrolytic enzymes, that is proteolytic enzymes. Under mild conditions, certain enzymes such as pepsin and trypsin can hydrolyze the proteins, and ultimately they may be reduced to their constituent amino acids. Let us now look at the reactions involving carboxylic groups present in proteins. Reaction with alkalis, which is known as salt formation. The carboxylic groups of amino acids present in proteins can release protons, resulting in the formation of carboxylate ions, which may be neutralized by cations such as sodium and potassium to form salts. Thus, amino acids react with alkalis to form salts. The sodium salt of glutamic acid, that is monosodium glutamate, also known as MSG, is usually commercially used as a flavoring agent. MSG is known in common parlance as Ajinomoto. Reaction with alcohols, that is esterification. With alcohols, proteins form corresponding esters which are usually volatile. Reaction with amines. Amino acids in proteins react with amines to form amides. Now let us look at reactions involving the amino group. Reaction with mineral acids, that is salt formation. When free amino acids or proteins are treated with mineral acids such as hydrochloric acid, acid salts are formed. Reaction with formaldehyde. With formaldehyde, the hydroxymethyl derivatives are formed which are insoluble in water and resistant to attack by microorganisms. Reaction with benzaldehyde. Proteins and amino acids form Schiff's bases with benzaldehyde. Reaction with nitrous acid. This is also known as Barnes-like reaction. Amino acids in proteins react with nitrous acid to liberate nitrogen gas and produce the corresponding alpha hydroxy acids. The amino acids, that is proline and hydroxyproline, however, do not respond to these reactions. Reactions with acylating agents. This process is known as acylation. Acylation is brought about by many acid chlorides and acid anhydrides when amino acids in proteins react with them in alkaline medium. Reaction with FDNB, also known as Senger's reagent. In mildly alkaline solution, FDNB, that is 1-fluoro-2,4-dinitrobenzene, reacts with alpha amino acids to produce the yellow colored derivative DNB amino acid. Reaction with densyl chloride. The N-terminal amino acid of the protein may combine with 1-dimethyl-aminonaphthalene 5-sulfonin chloride, which is known as densyl chloride, to yield a fluorescent densyl derivative. Now let us look at reactions involving both carboxylic and amino groups. Reaction with triketohydrindin hydrate. This is known as ninhydrin reaction. It's a very common reaction of proteins. Ninhydrin, that is indane 1,2,3 trione hydrate, is a powerful oxidizing agent, and upon its reaction with amino acids leads to oxidative decarboxylations of alpha amino acids producing carbon dioxide, ammonia and aldehyde with one less carbon atom than the parent amino acid. The reduced ninhydrin, that is hydrindantin, then reacts with the liberated ammonia and a mole of ninhydrin, forming a blue color complex known as Ruhemann's complex. Reaction with phenyl isocyanate. With phenyl isocyanate, hydantoic acid is formed, which in turn may be converted to hydantoin. Reaction with phenyl isothiocyanate. This is known as Edman reagent. Phenyl isothiocyanate reacts with amino acids to produce thiohydantoic acid. The latter, on treatment with acids in non-hydrolytic acids, cyclizes to form thiohydantoin. Reaction with phosgene. With phosgene, N-carboxy anhydride is formed. Reaction with carbon disulfide. With carbon disulfide, 2-thio-5-thiazolidone is produced. Now let us look at reactions involving the R group or side chains present in protein. Burette test. Compounds containing peptide bonds produce a characteristic purple color when treated with an alkaline 0.2% copper sulfate solution. This is also known as burette reagent. This reaction is named burette reaction as it is also given by the compound called burette. The color deepens as the number of peptide bonds is increased and the proteins produce a deep blue-violet color due to the possible formation of a coordination complex. All proteins and peptides except dipeptides respond to this reaction. Therefore, This reaction is widely used both as a qualitative test for the detection of proteins and for quantitative estimation of protein concentrations. Xanthoprotic test. On boiling proteins with concentrated nitric acid, yellow color develops due to the presence of benzene rings. This reaction is due to the nitration of the phenyl rings, which is present in the amino acids such as tyrosine, phenylalanine, and tryptophan, to yield yellow substitution products which turns orange upon addition of alkali. Millen's test. A red color develops when proteins are heated with mercuric nitrate in nitrous acid. This reaction is specific for tyrosine and takes place between mercuric and mercurous nitrates and tyrosine residues of the protein. Tryptophan also responds to this reaction to some extent. Hopkins-Cole test, also known as glyoxylic acid test. A violet ring develops upon addition of concentrated sulfuric acid at the junction of protein and glyoxylic acid solutions. This test is specific for tryptophan. Pauline's test. A protein solution develops blue color with phosphomolybdotungstic acid in alkaline solution. This reaction is due to the presence of phenolic groups in many proteins and is usually specific for tyrosine. Sakaguchi test. A red color develops when proteins react with alpha-naphthol and sodium hypochlorite. This test is used for the detection of arginine in proteins. Poly test. A protein solution develops red color with diazotized sulfonalic acid in alkaline solution. This reaction is specific for tyrosine and histidine. Ehrlich's test. With para-dimethylamino-benzaldehyde in 12 normal hydrochloric acid, tryptophan develops a blue color. This test is known as Ehrlich's test. Now let us look at reactions involving sulfhydryl groups present in proteins. Nitroprusside test. Proteins develop red color with sodium nitroprusside in dilute ammonium hydroxide. This reaction is specific for cysteine. Sullivan test. Cysteine develops red color in presence of sodium 1,2-naphthoquinone 4-sulfonate and sodium hydrosulfide. Color reactions of various amino acids present in proteins are shown in the accompanying table. Now, let us look at the mechanical properties of proteins. Certain specialized motor proteins or contractile proteins exhibit unique mechanical properties. Motor proteins may be classified into actin-based motor proteins. Myosin is an example of this class. It moves along actin filaments. Tubulin-based motor proteins. Tubulin is the building block of microtubules. Kinesin and dynein are tubulin-based motor proteins. They move along microtubules. Nucleic acid-based motor proteins. Examples include DNA polymerase and RNA polymerase, which move along DNA and produce force. The motor proteins have certain common mechanical properties, that is, they move along protein filaments, they can bind to specific filament types, they hydrolyze ATP and use the liberated energy for generating motion and force. Now, let us discuss the biological properties of proteins. Some of the biological or functional properties of proteins, especially food proteins, are as highlighted here. Solubility, that is, proteins' solubility promotes absorption and digestion of foods. Gelling capacity. Gelling property of food proteins enhance the texture of the food. Water holding capacity, this promotes absorption and digestion of foods. Foaming ability of certain food proteins enhance the palatability of foods. Adhesive property increases the stickiness of foods, whereas viscosity is a property which allow certain proteins food proteins especially to act as thickening agents in certain types of foods. In this lecture, we have had a thorough coverage of the major physical, chemical, mechanical and biological properties of proteins. We hope that you have had a rewarding learning experience. We wish you a grand success in your further academic endeavor.